My name is Daniela and I have to make this video. I just have to. I usually end up deleting all the videos I post, but this is something I am so passionate about, and I know it's controversial, and I know some people may hate me if this word ever got popular somehow or whatever, but this is actually, it infuriates me, it drives me insane. I'm someone with this lived experience, and I just have to say it as a young woman who is in the same demographic as these people who are promoting this. I am so out of my mind, angry. So on social media, you'll find a lot of dietitians, a lot of influencers who are recovering from eating disorders, a lot of people who used to be in the fitness world, and now they're all intuitive eating and body positivity and whatever. Absolutely, I agree. Love your body, love yourself. You should never feel bad about yourself because of your health. I grew up kind of a little bit slightly overweight. I was on a healthy weight, thinking that I was fat, and then I gained a ton of weight, or I restricted my food intake, and then I gained a ton of weight from medication, being up to 100 pounds in 5 years as a teenager, and then lost that weight really quickly in my early 20s, and then I gained a lot of that weight back, and I have gained and lost the same 20 pounds for years, and now I'm getting my health back on track, and I am very close to a healthy weight that I'm gonna feel my best in, and that is a scientifically healthy weight. So I have been through all of these ups and downs, and one of the things that I got into after being in that lower end of that 20-pound gain and lose phase in my 20s, I'm still in my 20s, I'm in my late 20s, but in my earlier and mid 20s, I was gaining and losing the same 20 pounds. And one of the things I came across was I was finally getting my weight on the downward trend. I was working out, I was feeling good. I wasn't eating a lot. I was a vegan. I didn't know I had a gluten sensitivity yet. So all these things are factors. I didn't have much money to spend. I really ran out of money for groceries sometimes. So I couldn't afford a lot of food. I couldn't afford expensive food. So it was sometimes one meal a day that was takeout that would last me, a couple meals, or something. So I wasn't eating a lot. Shortly after this, I came across this girl on social media who was basically claiming you can eat whatever you want, and showing just eating massive amounts of food and that your body will adapt. And I just watched a video of a dietitian saying the same thing. This is what I ate today, intuitive eating. It's so much junk. It's such a large amount of food, and you see over the course of time she's gaining weight. So I started eating like this from this first girl I saw, and I didn't look at the scale. I was like, my body will adapt. Maybe that's the reason I'm not losing weight, is because I'm not eating whatever the heck I feel like. So coming up with all these theories in my head of, well, if I eat enough and then I'll have enough and then I'll start burning everything and whatever. It literally is just people theorizing, and it makes no sense. Versus people who are, I don't know how they're dietitians saying this also and doing this right now. It's so frustrating that they either learn nothing in school or they throw it all out the window and go by some theory, and are dietitians in the world basing their work not on their degree or science, but on their own personal philosophy. It makes me so angry that even if they're not teaching this directly to patients, or they're working with people who have severe eating disorders and can welcome more food into their diet, well, they're also promoting this on the internet to everyday people, saying I'm a dietitian and this is what I eat in a day. And it's the standard American diet blown out of proportion, especially for a young woman, and she is gaining weight. And that's what happened to me. Before I think I got on the scale 2 months later, I had gained 30 pounds. 30 pounds. In 2 months, I didn't even notice, but I felt heavier. I finally got back on the scale, eating whatever the fuck I wanted, having a little bit more money than at this point to spend on food. And I gained 30 pounds, and I felt like shit, and I was trying to lose the weight for so long again. And to some people down that road, and I'm thinking again, stressing out of my mind. In this time, I finally got some health coaching certifications. So I got yoga, teaching Pilates. Then I got into all this. I really wanted to know the facts. I did cleanses. I did every stupid cleanse on the market. I've done every diet. I've read every stupid book on anything health related. Well, I'm not a great reader, but I'm aware, and I've skimmed them all at least. So I'm aware of all of them. I'm aware of all the diets. I'm aware of everything. And then I was like, okay, I want something to back me up. I don't want people to think I know nothing and whatever. I have my experience. I see everybody who's theorizing. And now I need the proof. I need to know what's actually right, especially as someone who really, really, I want to, even to this day, I really want to be a vegan, but I'm just not able to do it in a way. I haven't figured it out. I'm always hungry when I'm a vegan, so I haven't figured out how to do it yet. But I don't know. I think I got lost somewhere. I started saying something. Regardless, so I am currently pursuing a degree in nutrition finally, thank God, but I was a personal trainer. I taught yoga, I taught Pilates, I did a detox therapy certification. That was the first one before I saw this girl on social media. I have a nutrition coaching certification, and I'm now working on a degree in nutrition. By the grace of God, that fell into my lap, and I am so grateful. So that opportunity came to me. So as someone who's been through it all, do not listen to these people. This is a diet promoting way of being that is causing diseases. I think I am so grateful that I have been able to have the resources I need to lose weight. I am so grateful. I'm really not eating a lot. A lot of people have to really fight this like food addiction when you actually learn about how our food has gone from whole foods to food lab foods. So that's Taco Bell, that's your fast food, that's anything that comes in a box with like 100 ingredients, or even 6 ingredients, or they say one or more ingredient that you wouldn't normally find in your kitchen classifies it as a processed food. And this isn't to demonize processed foods, but these foods are made to be addictive. So when whoever is like, when you're constantly going back for something and you constantly get that craving, it's like someone constantly craving a cigarette. It's not for no reason. It's not that you actually need to eat that much. You cannot listen to your body when your body is telling you, I want a cake pop, I want French fries, I want a burger, I want pizza, I want a taco, I want 700 times a day. You do not need to eat so much in a day. You really do not. And I'm going to say it, and I'm going to say it as a 27-year-old lesbian who lives in the United States and doesn't hate you and isn't fat phobic, okay? I have been every weight from like 100, a child, whatever, and from like 120 pounds to 215 pounds at 5'3". I know how people treated me when I was fat. I know how people treated me when I was thin. I know how they treat you in between. I have been a personal trainer for a morbidly obese woman that was the sweetest woman in the world, and I never made her feel bad for 1 second. I didn't even know her weight for the first 4 months that we were working together. And I told her, I was like, wow, you look, I didn't even say, I think she ended up telling me. I noticed one day she walked in and I was like, she really looks like she lost weight. I didn't say it. She told me that she stepped on the scale and had lost 30 pounds since she started with me. And then I said, I looked at you when you walked in and I really could see a difference. I will never make anyone feel bad. I will never look at someone and think that they are the weight that they are carrying on their body. Obesity is a miserable disease. It is a miserable experience. I have experienced it. I have suffered through it. I still suffer from joint pain as a result of it. I have loose skin. I have stretch marks. I'm still working on losing weight. I still have fear of, getting back into this overeating mindset. Just like malnutrition is an issue, overnutrition is an issue. I, for some reason, can never remember the words, but it's also an issue. Overconsumption, there are two ends to it. You don't want too much, you don't want too little, and that's the truth. And all these people who are living in a la la land saying your body is going to adapt and your body has some set point thing, they throw out this word set point, just don't listen to it. It's not true. And I have to say this because I've lived through it and I'm seeing it, and it just infuriates me. And as dietitians, they should know better. And I know that what they teach in school isn't the best. Even in my nutrition classes, they teach you how to work with the food that's out there. So they're teaching you how to work with a lot of processed foods. But it's just not, it's not fair to people who really want to improve their health, to people who don't feel well being overweight. And that's the thing. It was hard to move. I didn't recognize myself. It just gets hard to do stuff, and you don't want a life where it's hard to do stuff. It does put you at a greater risk for premature death, for debilitating health problems prior to a premature death, to comorbidities. I mean, it's not fair. And you deserve a good quality of life, and we deserve a change in our food system. And we absolutely do not deserve to be told that our bodies are just going to adapt if anything we crave. It's not true, and you do have to put up a fight. This is not a perfect world. There's a reason that people are suffering. There's a reason that this is such a big deal and so talked about, as rising rates of obesity are an issue, and especially among children and minorities. You just cannot overlook this. This is people are dying younger, starting to die younger. It's not good. It's really an issue. And you just cannot say, because my husband's buying me Taco Bell, I'm going to say yes. And that's the beauty of food freedom. You can't say that. As a dietitian, you can't say that. It's not fair. It's not fair. And that's my honest opinion. And I know that came from a video that I just watched. And this young woman around my age who is a dietitian, it just infuriates me. And to the people who don't know better and they're just guessing, and they're Instagram influencers and they're just profiting off all these products that they're selling, they should not be trusted. they just shouldn't be. You can't look at them as an influence as what you should put into your body. Love yourself. I kind of accepted myself. It wasn't that I was going to have a perfect body at any weight. It was that I wanted to feel healthy. I wanted to feel well. I wanted to know I was in good health. And that comes with not too much and not too little. And that puts you in the right place for your health. What we really need to emphasize here in the United States overall is not too much. We really do. We do have access to so much that isn't good. So we really need to minimize that, and do less and do the best within that. Do the best we can within that. I'm not saying I don't eat junk sometimes. Sometimes I do. But I'm not promoting it. I'm not saying that you should just eat whatever you want, and it's in small amounts, and I am cautious. And I do strive to eat a very balanced diet, and that's what people should be promoting. The American Standard Diet is known to be unhealthy. It's known to cause diseases, and we can't justify it. We can't try to make people feel better. You can't lie to them. So I think I've summed it up. I think I've said it 1,000 different ways. I hope I get my point very clear. I love you. You deserve to feel well. You deserve to be happy. I feel better now than I have in so long. I am so grateful to be losing this weight again. And everyone deserves to feel that well. They say, what's really healthiest is the lowest weight in a healthy weight range is what we should strive to maintain. So you do have to look at science. You can say it's all tested on white men, and you know what? Unfairly, that's correct. A lot of it is. but um, but we have to go by something, and this is the closest science we have, and there's some truth to it. It's not one size fits all. There can be other issues than your diet and exercise. There can be hormonal issues. There can be so many things causing people to gain weight that you cannot tell people to just eat whatever they want and their body will balance out. So thank you if you've made it this far. And please look out for your loved ones, look out for yourself, and seek. It's hard to find good nutrition advice. I reference people to French dietary guidelines because I really think that they're doing well. They're not giving into corruption. They're not giving into weird stuff. So if you look up like the French, dietary recommendations, I think they're pretty good and good to follow and rational and very healthy. So that's what I'll leave you with. Wishing you the best of health. Thank you for listening.